Dirty Pop.
Yo. BT.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Pop, Lock, and Drop It. I am your host, JD. If you're watching this for the very first time, welcome. This is a segment of the J&J Toy Giants YouTube channel where we go over all kinds of Funko related items, Funko Pops, vinyls, you name it. And today, I am actually going to be going over a new series that I started getting. My wife actually found it for me at Walmart. And I'm talking about none other than the Backstreet Boys.
See in a crimson love, so hard to breathe.
Yes, so the very first one I'm going to be going over with you today is AJ McLean. So I'm actually a huge fan of the Backstreet Boys. I actually already have the NSYNC, all 5 members, and I just started collecting the Backstreet Boys, my favorite. And Backstreet Boys were actually one of the huge bands back in the 90s that started the whole boy band craze. So basically they had the Jackson 5, well, the Beatles, Jackson 5, and then after that it kind of died down a little bit, you know, through the 80s, and then in the... Whoa, pump your brakes past JD. I think you're forgetting one crucial band that we wouldn't even know Backstreet Boys if it wasn't for these guys.
My bad.
In the mid-90s, early 90s, mid-90s, it kind of like, it just took off. And then it died down after a while. But these guys, the Backstreet Boys, are the only group that have been together for over 25 years, I believe. 25 years. So they started... Yeah, so 25 years. So, pretty much, this is actually the one group that I actually have on my iTunes a lot. And I could pretty much sing any of their songs. I like to just sing their songs in karaoke. But AJ McLean, this is actually portraying their attire that they did on the song "I Want It That Way" on their music video. Check it out. Edition. So on the back, you can see obviously the 5 members. I don't believe there's any chases. I don't think so. So you have Nick, Brian, Howie, AJ, and Kevin. So this is what he looks like if he were out of the box. I keep them in box. Jaden actually is a loose collector. He likes to take them out of the box. But it's pretty cool. I like it. AJ is actually one of my favorite members of the group. It's AJ and then Nick. Segue into the next one. Let's check it out. So the next one I'm going to be going over with you today is Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. He is actually the youngest member of the group. He started when he was 14 years old. That's when he was actually starting the group. He was part of the Mickey Mouse Club, along with Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, J.C. Chazé, and I believe Britney Spears was in it as well. And, I forget who else was in it. But, yeah, so Nick Carter was actually just early teenager. Kevin was the oldest. Then it was Howie, Brian, and then AJ, and then Nick. So Nick actually is one of my favorites as well as AJ. And, of course, this is, again, their attire from the I Want It That Way music video. And I love this Pop series. I was so excited when this was actually going to be coming out. I didn't pre-order them. I should have. This really just came out recently. I believe it was in 2020. Hold on one second. Yep, 2020. But yeah, all right. So let's go over the next one. All right. So, the last one I'm going to be going over with you today of this new series that I just started collecting is Howie D, or is also known as Howie D. Howie is, I believe he's half Puerto Rican, if I'm not mistaken. And he is actually kind of like the quiet guy. They always had this like stereotype where there was like AJ was the bad boy, Nick was the baby, and Kevin was the old brother figure. And then there's a silent type. They always nicknamed Howie the silent type. But actually Howie, if not everybody doesn't know, Howie was actually supposed to be the lead singer of the group in the early stages of their career. It wasn't until they actually went to Europe and they started working on their first self-entitled album, Backstreet Boys, that the producers started making songs for them, and they had more Nick, Brian, and AJ do most of the leads, and then Howie pretty much was kind of like pushed to the side. But now, as their careers have spanned through the test of time, Howie's now been kind of getting more of a lead role as far as like singing. Their newest album, DNA, has still been hitting the top charts of the Billboard. They're actually going on tour. I'm not sure if they're actually still doing their tour now because of the coronavirus, but I can't wait till they actually come over to upstate New York. I believe they're going to be coming over in July. But Howie D is a pretty cool guy. I actually met him briefly at a flea market when they were actually doing a tour in San Diego. He was kind of incognito, and I was kind of like, hey, like, I knew it was him. I didn't out him because I knew that he would have been swarmed. But I was kind of, hey, what's going on? You're looking at this item? And he goes, yeah, So it was like a 1 or 2 minute conversation, and that was it. But it's pretty cool. So that's actually the 3 that I have today for this particular series. I'm only missing Kevin and Brian, which not many people know. They're actually cousins. And so that does it for this edition of the Pop, Lock, and Drop It. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment on any of our video submissions on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are still doing the Collector of the Week, where we don't have anyone for this particular week, but we will try to get you one next week. Be sure to just send us a video, and I will make you look good. Doesn't matter what type of collection you have. Either it's, trading cards, action figures, Funko Pops, you name it. We will nominate you as the Collector of the Week. Be safe, everybody, with this whole craziness that's been going on in the United States. Want to make sure that we let you know that we all love you. And we here at J&J Toy Giants support equality and tolerance. Stay safe. I'll see you later.